I had a dream about transcending our differences and becoming one. We forget our differences in skin color, class, gender, age, nationality, language. Was that a dream? Only a dream? The story begins in Holland, Michigan, widely known as the Dutch Tulip Town. We have windmills. We even have a real one from the Netherlands. This is me, Sam. I'm a college student studying communications. I'm in a meeting with a group of interdisciplinary students and professors. In 2 weeks, we will have a 3-week trip to a small village in Cameroon. The goal of this trip is to improve drinking water and increase hygiene awareness. The project is so well known that it was covered by the local news.
Hope College students taking their mission overseas, joining forces to improve the health of a small village in Africa.
Clean water. It's something many of us take for granted, but as a group of Hope College students found out, giving people clean water can actually save their lives.
Our mission is to help bring clean water to this small village called Nkouf. It's in Cameroon, and also to bring them better health and hygiene practices.
The water is so bad in parts of Africa that 4 to 6 children under the age of 5 could be expected to die in any given 6-month period. One of the goals of this project is to bring filters like this into every single home in the village. All the villagers need to do is go to the river, pour water into this filter, and after 45 minutes to an hour, they get clean water. The filters are already there, so this spring, students are going to build a water distribution system to bring the river water right into the village.
My role is to make a documentary film about cross-cultural encounter between Americans and Cameroonians. I feel very nervous because I've never left the country before. The professors and a few students have visited the village a few times before, but for most students, it's their first trip. The team has been preparing for the trip all year. We met every week to discuss biosand filters and to make health instruction tools.
I like the good morning, good afternoon, and good evening because those are ones that, like, if you're walking by somebody and you're just passing on the trail, if it's morning time, you'd say Iranya, Iranya.
Other than the main projects, there's a lot of emphasis on cultural sensitivity and respect for the local culture so that we can be seen as ethical in Africa and avoid being seen as the ugly Americans.
Of the trip, we're not out to evangelize, we're not out to convert, we're not out to build a church or a mission. That's not what we're doing. We're going to ask you to respect the culture, respect the practices that are, and not feel like you have to be the person to have them see the light and change hundreds of years of deeply held beliefs today, because that's not appropriate.
I think if we go there with the attitude that we are professional engineers, professional nurses, professional educators, there to do a job, that's, that carrying yourself with that type of attitude is going to help avoid a lot of trouble, especially with a large group. If we go over there and we're like, oh, it's spring break, everybody's, loud and chitty and chatty and all of that stuff, I think that brings attention to the group in such a way that people would latch onto that and see us as, perhaps something that...
A target.
A target,
Yeah.
Exactly.
3 months before the trip, the U.S. Department of State issued and maintained a travel warning to Cameroon for 2 months, which made people worried about our trip. The big cities in Cameroon experienced violent demonstrations, roadblocks, looting, and clashes with police resulting in numerous fatalities. The media talked about problems in Cameroon, but never discussed what causes the problems. It seems like everything we hear about Africa in the news and churches is negative. We rarely hear the good things about Africa. What do we know about Africa? I went out to the street to conduct a survey to understand what people know about Africa.
Hi, would you mind if I asked you a couple questions for an interview?
What are some images that come to mind when you think of Africa?
Like their beautiful animals. They have a lot of, I think, lions, zebras, giraffes, the trees, wildlife.
Safaris, jungles, wild animals.
The animals.
Poor, starving children.
Starving children.
They're living in poverty for the most part. Poverty.
Poverty.
Civil unrest that they've had throughout their history. Conflicts that are going on.
Corruption.
Violence. The
AIDS.
Disease.
Black people.
We help them financially from this country just like we help a lot of other countries.
What do you think are some things that maybe Africa can do to kind of combat these issues and
Not entirely sure, actually.
I don't know what,
What the answer is, really.
like a hopeless problem. What do you do with all these children?
There is nothing positive that describes Africa. We also believe that Western countries save Africa because Africans can't help themselves. Is Africa a place where only bad things happen? Is everyone in Africa poor and desperate? Don't we miss important aspects about Africa? I talked to my parents about what I was feeling. I feel like I'm going in with a lot of assumptions. When I think about it, I kind of think of Africa as it's going to be really like barren and really poor, and I think that's a part of it, but it can't all be like that. I really want to look for the good in the country and just kind of see like who, I don't know, just not assume that it's all going to be poor and all going to be sad and everybody's going to be, hungry and starving, right. But there's also going to be joy and hope for these people too. So
that's why I think it's so cool about how you're looking at that. Like, maybe we don't have all the answers. Maybe they have answers that you'll see when you look and go, that's really how it should be. I'd rather have this in my life than that. And that experience of broadening is going to be so cool.
Yeah. I think it's cool that I'm going to get a chance to really talk to the people more and get to experience that. And I think it's going to be hard to try and make a connection in just a short amount of time because we're only actually in the village for 2 weeks.
I think you'd be surprised.
But
I think you're going to make a huge impact in a short period of time.
Yeah. I want to learn and grow from this process. I really do. I want to get past the negative stereotypes about Africa. I want to experience Cameroon and Africa as they truly are. I went to the library to find some books about cross-cultural communication. I found an interesting book called Serving with Eyes Wide Open. I was intrigued by his statement that the short-term trip has the potential of further reinforcing inaccurate assumptions and interpretations rather than helping change inaccurate stereotypes. Unless we make conscious efforts and become educated about Africa, we can end up perpetuating Western superiority and stereotypes about Africans. After a few days, I visited him to hear more on what he thinks about cross-cultural communication.
The title really captures a lot of what I was interested in, Serving Eyes Wide Open, because the thing that most struck me is when I would talk to, like in this first study, when I would talk to the American pastors before they went, or as I did broader studies on just looking at youth groups going down or construction teams going down, they said a lot of the right things before they went. They espoused the kinds of things that we would consider to be important. We want to respect the locals, we want to not be the ugly Americans, and yet they ended up defaulting to a lot of the same critiques that we've heard for years in missions work or government work or whatever. A men's construction team went down to Liberia after the Civil War, was really trying to meet the gaping hole need for education. So urgent need, children need to get a good education. They went down, they built a school, but as they were doing it, frankly fairly unusual for Liberian culture because of the importance of saving face and respect. The Liberians actually spoke up and said, we don't think this is the best way to build the building here, and they were giving them some instruction on what it should look like. And the Americans said, no, we've done this all over the world, we know how to build our buildings. Well, 2 months later, monsoon comes through, the building comes crashing down, kills a couple children, and you say, okay, there was a good urgent need they were trying to meet, but because they didn't really listen to the local perspective, in this case, it was a life and death consequence. So I think the best way to have an impact is just truly believing that the grassroots do have an understanding of what it looks like to live life in that place. But they don't have, probably, I'm guessing because your team is going there, they don't necessarily have the engineering scientific understanding that your team has coming in. So that's where together we can bring about a best case scenario for what's there in that village rather than just one or the other that's there.
I'm just going into this, I feel very open-minded because I don't know what to expect, and I'm expecting good things along with some struggles too. So
this is probably overly simplistic, but go as a learner. And I do think these kinds of trips are too expensive to not actually do some good when we're there as well. But I'm not worried about us as zealous Americans ending up not doing anything while we're there. I know that the action will get taken care of. So I just say, shut our mouth and open our eyes and our ears and listen and seek to understand.
one thing you can't miss when you go to Africa is immunization.
Insurance or anything.
Okay. I'm just doing yellow fever, and then another nurse is going to take you back, and she'll talk to you about the other vaccines and get your malaria prescription for you.
Oh. The mail-around's just going to be every day. You're going to take it 2 days before you leave, and then every day that you're traveling, and 7 days when you return.
Okay.
The hard days to remember are the days you get back. So we have had some students get malaria by not doing it.
Okay.
I put all the shots I'm going to give you today right here, so you'll have a record of that.
That's a list right there.
I know. Redo these here.
Is that the one to look out for? I know African culture is different, but in a 3-week trip, am I really going to contract typhoid, hepatitis, yellow fever, and malaria? Something about all those vaccinations seems to represent Western panic about Africa.
The more bandage you have, the more sympathy you'll get.
There we go. I'm choosing not to take malaria pills because I don't want to put a foreign substance in my body. I'm angry because someone else, not me, gets to decide what's best for me. I was thinking about this question. Are Western countries entitled to persuade Africans to accept what's best for them? What if people in Cameroon don't like the technologies we bring? Finally, the departure date. Everyone seems fairly nervous about going to Africa because most people, including myself, have never traveled outside America.
I will see you so soon. Yes.
At least it's not heat transfer. Fluid flow, I think we'll be all right. Yeah.
I asked people how they felt.
Well, I just think it's a great chance for him. He's never been out of the country except for Canada.
So.
Doesn't count.
Yeah.
So it's basically
it's just
another
it's
U.S. in a way,
really
although the Canadians would be angry if they heard me say that.
I would just be nervous that I forgot something, but I don't think I did. Obviously I'll miss them, but it's a really good experience. And
she's doing
it.
She'll cry after.
Nervous?
Not really. A little bit.
You're not ready.
What are you nervous about?
I'm not.
I'm not really sure. Just a little nervous.
My mom was pretty worried, but everyone else was fine.
Have any of you traveled before?
No, been to Canada.
Exciting because we started working on it a year ago now, so
we're
it's cool that it's coming together.
And I talked to Mark, who has been to Cameroon twice before.
How about a piece of advice to us who have never gone and don't know what to expect? Words of wisdom right now.
Expect the unexpected.
That's a horrible thing to say.
No, be comfortable being uncomfortable is what I would say.
Okay.
No, okay, seriously.
Okay, seriously.
Embrace the differences that you're gonna see. You know, don't shut them out too much. You know, I know it's gonna be really tough. We're gonna get there and it's gonna be completely different. The world's gonna be turned upside down. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone.
Okay.
It's gonna happen. You're gonna be thrust in there. And if you try to go against the grain, it's gonna be miserable. You know, just try to go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Keep growing.
All right.
Expect it.
Yes, I need to get over myself, relax, open up to the people around me, and get lost in this trip. And this trip's going to be a lot of fun. About 25 hours after we left Holland, we finally entered Cameroon. What greeted me in Cameroon was not a wilderness, but a big city, Douala, the economic capital of Cameroon. While we didn't get a chance to look around Douala, we saw that it is a large, industrialized city, much bigger than where I live in America. Douala definitely challenged the stereotype that the entire continent of Africa is primitive, rural, and poor. Douala is the largest city in Cameroon and has approximately 2 million people. We spent a night in Douala and woke up early the next morning. After loading our luggage back on the bus, we all tightly fit for an 8-hour ride. This is Peter. He's the founder of an NGO called Life and Water Development Group in Cameroon. He contacted Hope College 4 years ago to work with us to improve access to clean drinking water and improve community health in N'Kouf. And he's traveling with us all the way to N'Kouf. The ride is breathtaking. Lush tropics, hidden mountains surrounded by clouds. The vegetation is truly awe-inspiring. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Gerben is sick. We passed through small, seemingly forgotten towns. The bus ride is fun, but tiring. After 9 hours on the bus, we finally arrive in Bamenda, a city that has over 300,000 people. In Bamenda, Peter and many of us go out to the market to buy water and supplies. We are excited because we finally have a chance to experience authentic African culture. While it seems to be a less thriving economy, no one really seems that poor. The streets seem a bit disorganized, but everything seems very normal. People didn't look poor, starving, or desperate. Nobody asked us for money. This is not the kind of image of Africa that we are used to in America. We all start off excited, but after a few blocks, our attitudes change. We're not welcomed like I expect. People yell, harass, and stare at us. You can see the elevated anxiety in each of our demeanors. They don't seem to want us here. Personally, I'm very uncomfortable. I feel all eyes are on us, watching and judging. We don't feel comfortable being on the streets of Bamenda and rush back to get to the hotel. Wow, I'm so glad to be back at the hotel.
Well, when we started getting in a group and just sitting there, like everybody started crowding around us, and we got a lot of ugly looks.
Beautiful area, lots of stairs. It's different being a minority for once.
Yeah, we got yelled at by someone.
You had a little fun today.
Obviously, people's attitudes towards us are vastly different than what we expected. But then, why should they be nice? Perhaps we have a naive assumption that people here should like us because we believe we're here to help them. At any rate, many of us are discouraged by the sense that people in Cameroon don't need us here. People in Bamenda start the day very early in the morning. I'm hoping that the people in the next city are nice to us. The road we take to get there isn't as nice as yesterday. After 5 hours, we arrive in Kumbo, the nearest city to N'Kouf.
You have keys. Keys? Friends? Yeah? Yes. Do you speak English?
find kids on the street who seem to like us.
Lily.
And some of us, including myself, take pictures of them. Looking back, I feel guilty and unethical about what we did. Did we take pictures of them just because they are cute? Or did we take photos because they remind us of the images of poor African children that we are familiar with? What if these kids were intimidated by us? What would happen if people in Africa came to America and surrounded my younger sister and brother and took photos of them? Would that be acceptable? What makes our behavior in Africa acceptable? Is this filmmaking even ethical? Today we finally leave Kumbo for Encouve. Most of us are walking about 7 miles to Encouve because there isn't enough space on the truck. A truck picks up our luggage and leaves first. Between Kumbo and Encouve, there's no good road for transportation. The road is full of rocks and the car ride is very dangerous. A few of us decide to run into the village. The rest of the team, including our local translators, hike. It takes about 4.5 hours from Kumbo to Encouve. The scenery is gorgeous. The hike is exhausting.
Just double check.
We meet many local people along the way. Here, it's not uncommon that people either walk or be carried for hours to go to the nearest health clinic in the next largest city. When we reach Encouve, a group of women and children come greet us. Women dance and hug us, singing and playing music. Children who I've never met before run and hug us. We walk to the community center where we will be staying for the next 2 weeks.
From this morning, when we set off from Kumbo and we traveled over the hill, my heart was waiting in anticipation to see your faces again. We have come on this trip with some old faces, but we have also brought many new faces. The team that I will be working with this year includes Laura, Ricky, and Andy.
I'm introduced to the community. We are given gifts of fruit and chickens, and the welcome ceremony starts. They teach us local dancing. It's our turn to teach some American dancing. Dr. Barton is glad to see her old friends. I see children drinking water from the filter. Yes, people are using the filters. And the genuine love they greet us with is like none I have ever experienced. I've never been welcomed like this. I have never had this kind of feeling in my life. I can't imagine Americans welcoming foreigners like people in Encouve do. I truly enjoy the sense of acceptance into the community. I'm so excited to spend the next 2 weeks in Encouve and get to know the people. Mark says, "Welcome to Africa." Encouve is a beautiful farming community with about 500 permanent residents. No electricity, no running water, no reliable transportation to the nearest major city, Kumbo, and no health clinic. The town is so clean that I can't believe the water is so contaminated. The stream looks clean, but the water is extremely unsafe. More than 690 E. coli bacteria are found in only 100 milliliters of stream water. There are a lot of cattle grazing that occurs upstream from Encouve. The fecal matters go into the stream, and this leads to contaminated water that isn't suitable for drinking. But people in Encouve have no choice but to drink the dirty water. This is where the importance of biosand filters come in. Our college team has built 11 filters in the past 2 years, and the locals built an additional 90 filters this year by themselves. The filter greatly reduces water-related illnesses and disease among the Encouve population because it removes over 90% of E. coli bacteria. Biosand filters play a critical role when it comes to rain. Rain makes the stream so muddy that people can't drink it for several days. The biosand filter can work with muddy water and filter out clean water.
One of my first dreams, to see people of Encouve have clean access to clean water. Everybody in Encouve used to have problems, stomach problems, and we never knew it was like diarrhea or caused by dirty water. So when I went to Yaoundé, which is the capital of Cameroon, it's a city and Encouve, so I tried to figure out what really is making people healthy in Yaoundé. So I discovered that really they have potable water.
Resistance training.
The water distribution team is building a dam to bring water closer to the village. In Encouve, it takes anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes for someone to fetch water from the stream. And collecting water is not easy. I retrieve water every day, and trust me, to carry water for more than a couple of minutes is a lot of work. The purpose of the dam is to bring potable water to 2/3 of the community where fetching water is extremely strenuous. Easy access to water is expected to increase the community members' hygiene standards. This is the dam site. The community's participation is amazing. A large number of locals come up to the dam site and work hard under the hot sun. Digging trenches to lay the PVC pipes that will carry water down to the village. Breaking rocks to mix them with cement. Cutting the iron bars. And it isn't just the men who come to the dam construction site. Women also join us and carry the sand. Local women compliment Laura when she works all day with them, trying to learn about Encouve. we're all anxious to see the water coming out of the pipes. En-Couve is an extraordinarily beautiful and clean village, but the scenery is different from the wildlife we associate with the images of Africa. There are no elephants, giraffes, or lions here. This village doesn't seem to produce any garbage. People here love the environment and do everything naturally. They harvest, weed, and build all with their hands. En-Couve appears to be a haven of peace and tranquility. It's hard imagining there are a lot of hardships and desperate needs here. Most of the children have a big belly because they have internal parasites. Half of the food these children eat feed the parasites. Unfortunately, their parents can't afford anti-parasite pills. While the people here work hard all day, every day, they remain extremely poor. Average families make less than $60 per month. In En-Couve, people work very hard to overcome the hardships and have a better future. Whether young or old, men or women, people in En-Couve are diligent and hardworking. What I found most fascinating is that despite all the sufferings, people here have such joy and spirit in them. They have no sense of urgency. I think it has to do with the lack of concern for time. Someone told me that Western people have the watch, but Africans have the time. People here seem to enjoy the natural order of their lives, rather than fitting their lives in busy schedules each day. From this culture, we can learn how to enjoy the hard work instead of letting time determine our life. And they are fun-loving people. They have an incredible sense of community and trust. I met this woman, Rose. She's 24 years old and a mother of 3 young children. This is her youngest daughter, Lisa. I offered to spend a day helping Rose farm to know what it's like to be a member of the village, because this is what she does every day. Farming is possibly one of the most physically challenging labors there is. I only worked 3 hours, but I have never been so tired and dirty. Rose is beautiful, strong, kind, and hardworking. She farms every day for her family. Rose and her neighbor found it quite interesting to see an American person farming. Rose told me there's a popular joke. You work like a white. You say it when you're being lazy and not working. People here believe that it's only black people who farm. I didn't really understand that meaning then. When we think of Africa, we don't think about the normalcy of everyday life. People have jobs, family, friends, and responsibilities just as they do in the U.S. It just has a different setting, is done at a different pace, and emphasizes different values.
Yeah, baby. Hey.
Is he cooling you off?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh. Hey.
There's no wall between compounds. Chickens, dogs, live with people. Rose prepares for dinner. Her neighbor also cuts vegetables to prepare for dinner. It's not uncommon for Rose's friends to drop by with her children to help Rose. Rose's other neighbor stops by with some food to share. Lisa keeps crying. Nivaline, a young girl from the neighborhood, comes down to take care of Lisa. People in Encouve use firewood for cooking. It takes a while to cook food, and this is why they don't boil drinking water. 3 children come to Rose's compound because their parents have not come home from the farm yet. They often stay with Rose until their parents come back home. Kids in this village seem to have a great sense of brotherhood and sisterhood. People here have a great sense of community. They help each other do their hair, cook, and take care of children. Everyone looks out for each other like family. Clifford is jealous of his sister Lisa, who gets Rose's attention. Finally, Jamma Jamma and Fufu Corn are ready, and Clifford is happy to have dinner. Rose's husband, Kenneth, spends a lot of time at the dam site. He works very hard all day under the sun, breaking rocks to be used for cement bags. At home, he cooks for his family and does chores. His hobby is drawing. He often teaches children how to draw pictures. I had a chance to drop by Kenneth and Rose's place. Kenneth shows me the pictures he has drawn.
Very good. Is this a house you hope to have someday?
Well, if God can be my helper.
Yes. Ooh, this is very good. Very good.
No.
Papa.
Injection.
I'm having a great time with this family. I have a chance to talk with them about many things. What strikes me is the perception they have about America.
The idea was only that when I sit in my house, I only dream if one day God makes me to go to America, I will be the happiest somebody on earth. Because we in Africa, we thought if you go to America, you are already in paradise. You see?
Okay.
So, but when you stay here, no, you are in a hellfire. So we don't want to stay because we have already seen some of our friends going to America. They make it. They come and help their families here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I myself, I'm praying one day, if I don't go to America, I myself, I'm praying my kid, God will help my kid to go to America. Sometime they will come back and help me.
Okay.
Yeah. From my childhood, I did not know I was going to speak with you white people like this. You see? So I'm happy to sit down now, speaking with you together. And you are getting my poor English, and I'm getting your English too.
Your English is very good.
No, it's not good.
Yeah, very good. I understand you well.
So
one thing I noticed is that the people in Encouve have very positive images about America, and the discussion about race emerges quickly in every conversation I have with them. Yes, being white, especially with a camera, is definitely a big advantage. Children love you at first sight. They pose for your camera, play drums, wave hands, and dance. A woman poses for you with a filter. A guy shows you what they eat and how they eat it. Even the school teachers ask their students to pose for you. Being white gives you unlimited access to everything here. you can conduct any research or survey. People show you pictures, kitchens, furniture, and even their bedroom. Can you imagine Black people having privilege in America? We love to take photos of children, and they love getting their pictures taken. We rarely think of the impact of those images when they are shown in America through Facebook and MySpace. Do these photos convey the fact that these children's lives are full of joy and happiness? Don't these photos emphasize the image of benevolent white Westerners? What if these images only reinforce the idea that we need to save these poor children because their parents are unable to save them? Tonight, about 70 people gather around a 15-inch television to watch a video that Peter filmed with his camcorder. The locals enjoy watching themselves screened on TV. They don't seem to realize that when Americans view this, these images may reinforce the stereotypes that Africa is primitive, and that African children are unfortunate people who need to be rescued. What is more unfortunate is that in America, we must portray them unhappy to encourage public support for Africa, because we tend not to care about happy people who have desperate needs. In Encove, we sleep on the concrete floor, shoulder to shoulder in the mosquito nets. Days start early. Rachel makes sure that everyone takes malaria pills. I, of course, don't take it. Peter and translators don't come join us. We don't invite them to join us either. We get used to the separation. What united us together was the killing of the goat, a present we got from the village. We kill the goat together. This evening, we'll have it for our dinner. Both men and women enjoy different gender roles. Men enjoy catching and killing animals or poultry as if it's a true African experience. Men carry the heavy stuff. Men enjoy man baths. It is the women's job to prepare for meals and taking care of details in the community center.
You like spaghetti?
We think of Africa as a place for adventure. We bring the worst clothes to Africa, something we can trash after the trip. None of the guys shave while in Encove. Every man looks like an explorer. The locals, on the other hand, show us the best clothes they have when they come to see us. Men always shave. The camp is always inundated with children. Children are interested in anything we're doing. They always enjoy reading books that we brought.
What's it called when you're climbing down the cliff?
What will they think when they read books featuring white people with advanced technology? I never realized what kind of impact the artifacts we bring to this village have on these people.
Submarine. It goes underwater.
I interview this boy, Platini. He lives in Kumbo but visits Encove to help his grandparents farm.
Can you ask him if he could live anywhere where he'd want to be?
Ada ini ke kung ada.
Only village.
Yeah, village.
In my village?
Yeah.
Why does he want to live in my village?
Ada only village bigger. Because he like you people.
He likes us? Why? What does he like about us?
Aku only bigger. Because you have something that they can never have.
What is that? What do we have?
Kaka only carry your okay. Like these camera, motos, and many other things.
Many other things? Why does he think we all have these things?
Aku aja only with the me carry. That he's sure that all of you have it.
He's sure that we all have it?
Yes. Even if we have it, it's being given by you people.
Can you ask him if there's anything, like what he's proud of?
So he doesn't proud of anything.
He's not proud of anything?
Yeah.
Children reflect on their own conditions when we show them what they don't have. His interview suggests that the things we bring here, the things that we take for granted, instill a sense of poverty in them. Despite all the good things we can learn from this culture, do we not only view Africans as having so little, but do we also teach Africans to think they have little?
Because he doesn't know why he is like this and you are like that.
Why he is black and I'm white?
Yeah.
I ask school children what they want to have.
Huh? Car. Disc.
Disc?
Yeah.
CD disc to hear music? Yes?
Huh? Television?
Television?
Cameras.
Cameras?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh? Eyes? Maybe he's talking of eyeglasses.
Eyeglasses?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a phone?
A phone?
Because you're white, yeah?
Because I'm white?
Yeah.
Can you ask them if, when they see that I have these, if they want these too?
Yes, they want them.
They want them? Do they think all white people have phones and cameras and televisions?
Okay. When quite bang with them, we can have phone and TV and cameras. Only care. Yes.
They think all white people do?
Yeah.
Where did they learn that? Where did they learn that all white people have those things?
When they got the only care. Oh, now you people bring it here and they see.
We bring it here and then they see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what's the country they want to go most to?
America. Oh, he wants to go to America. Yeah? White man country?
White man country? These answers broke my heart. They see America only as a place of joy and prosperity. They feel as though they are suffering and living in poor conditions because we show them what they can't afford. Are we teaching them what they need is what we've got? Shampoo, nice bag, shoes, water bottle, glasses, headphones and iPod, MP3 player, propane tank, generator, cell phones, sunscreen, books, radio, headlamp, toilet paper, bandage, French press, Starbucks, and camcorder. How can you not want them if you don't have them? How can you not have new desires? How can you not develop a sense of Western or white superiority when white people bring all these to you? We like Western food, more so than local food like fufu and jamma jamma. The smell of garlic bread is awesome. and the spaghetti is always very tasty. We get used to eating our food in the presence of local children, but never share with them. What do these children think? Will they think that we eat this delicious food because we are white or we are American? Do we instill a sense of racial hierarchy by showing them what we eat? For people in Encouve, the camp is indeed a small America. When you interact with us, who have these things that you don't usually have, you get a sense of what white people are like, what America is like. There are many things here that the U.S. can learn from Africa that I don't think the people here realize. If they could see there is a dark side like everywhere else, I don't think they would place the U.S. up on such a pedestal. About a week later, children's attitudes changed dramatically. Children want to have food that we eat.
Job, which, I don't know how long it will last, but my mom would probably be like, so when are you coming home? We want you home.
Children try to take my journal.
I don't know what it is. They've got my journal. No. I can't reach that.
One day, Katie's camera goes missing. A kid informs us that 3 school children stole her camera and broke it with a rock.
It's missing a lens part.
They think that humans are trapped in the LCD screen. For these kids, the camera is the coolest thing in the world.
There's no camera parts over here.
There's no camera parts.
Should we have them take it?
We don't punish the kids who stole the camera, but the kid who reported to us is given a prize. Kenneth talks about his perception of white people.
Yeah, we cannot compare Encouve and Kumbu.
Right.
Because Kumbu is a city and here is a village.
Mm-hmm.
So we are very happy because it might be when you people are coming here, sometimes Encouve will be like city also because of you people. Okay. So that's make us to be happy to see you here.
Okay.
And again, especially like me,
Mm-hmm.
I can say, okay, especially like me, I'm happy to have water because look at this filter now.
Mm-hmm.
Since I started drinking this filter, I never have fever, I never have malaria. That makes me again to feel happy.
Mm-hmm.
Then another one.
It's not just children who have a sense of white superiority. Adults also believe that white people will bring them a better future because the biosand filters that we brought have proven that white people can civilize black people. Is it possible to bring technology without creating a sense of hierarchy? The community participation for the dam construction has decreased significantly. Many find out that the potable water will be available for only 2/3 of the village and not for everyone. Therefore, they don't find the need to help. The water distribution team is disappointed by the lack of community support. The locals and our team experience some conflict. Some of us find it strange for locals to drink palm wine while working, although it's common in this culture where they believe palm wine energizes them.
It's a white stuff.
Some of us also criticize this man, Mr. Elias, the local water technician. He doesn't always comply with our planning and suggests things that sound unrealistic.
Oh, that's just a place for together?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Very
set
good.
those picks.
Huh?
Okay. Set those picks.
Some of us think our project should go unchecked by the locals because we have engineering knowledge, but they don't. Some say that the locals should follow our plan because we even have a person with a PhD in engineering. We might be annoyed by local opinions because we believe that our methods are right. We also believe that we know what is best for them. Perhaps we don't expect the locals to have opinions because we implicitly have a sense of superiority. Peter's biggest concern is that this dam will divide this peaceful community. Those who benefit from the dam and those who don't, because people will be jealous about the potable water. To prevent a serious community divide, Dr. Brown and Greg consider expanding the project so that every quarter of the community can have potable water. They conduct a new survey in the village for a possible project for next year. Sunday after church, village leaders demand more people come to the dam site to help our team. I'm afraid our efforts to help the community will create a harm we don't anticipate. Perhaps we don't fully understand the dynamics in a small village like Encove. Our efforts to help them can actually divide the community. Back in the community center, the water distribution team discusses the feasibility of expanding the project so that the dam brings potable water to every quarter in the village.
They want potable water to every quarter of the community from this one single dam, which is, it's not impossible, but it will be a difficult, long, large-scale project to accomplish.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of work on their part, like a lot of human man hours.
I mean, what do they want ultimately? Like, what is the community's ultimate goal? Like where do they see the realistic line? Like, where do they think that we're ultimately going to go to?
That's what I have no idea. Like, I don't know what they think is realistic.
How long does it take for the community to organize without us here, so without any external motivation, that they have to have this entire trench dug on their own time?
The group next year maybe surveys from there to the other quarter, and then they could design that.
The cost-benefit ratio of being able to bring this technology to a town that has absolutely nothing and has a death percentage of whatever, 10% of its people per year due to diarrhea and parasites from the water, that, I mean, we can save so many more lives and do so much more good starting from scratch somewhere else than trying to pipe water to another 4,100 foot peak.
Do we say that then next year's our last trip and we just
have much information on that up there.
get as much information we can and hand it to them and best wishes? I don't know. I feel like we've invested way too much in this community, just sever ties, but I mean, we've already been here longer than most TWBs.
We're not just severing ties. I mean, we've already been here for 3 years.
And it's expected that after a certain time, it'll end.
They can't expect that.
If we get them set up to finish the piping,
It's a Amanda
project's
and
done.
Jeff's decision.
We'll have water.
Yeah. If you think about it on the grand scheme of things, you talk about how can we give them water to 2/3 of the community but not the other thirds. Well, then look at it and they want a road to Kumbo. How can we cut it off and say we're not going to give you education?
Yeah.
You know,
hospitals, health,
whatever. So, I mean, that's all of that. That's higher education. That's, you know, easier means to health care. It's a hospital. It'd make all of that infinitely easier. But somewhere you have to say, I mean, it's going to stop.
Because we can't bring them back up to Western civilization, in a few years, or, we can't just bring this one valley up, to high standards when there's other valleys out there that need help and villages and stuff. But
as a student-led organization, we can be impacting more people if we take our current developed technology that we have for this situation and taking it to a new community. Exactly what Grubin said in the beginning.
Completely agree. I think, it's not that we've maximized our cost-benefit ratio, but we've maximized our
lives we impact,
maximum effectiveness in this community or in the in this continent.
Are we the ones who get to say, okay, well, this is as far as we go, but...
It's Dr. Brown and Amanda who ultimately will draw the line. We have input into it, but it's them who are going to draw the line.
What does our discussion suggest? Perhaps we consider Encove as an uncontaminated, primitive place that is a perfect environment for us to test our knowledge. We think that everyone will be happy when the project is done, because we can prove our knowledge and locals get something that improves their lives. We probably expect the locals to shut up, provide the support we need, and be grateful for whatever we give them. we are oblivious to the fact that people in Encove are human beings just like us, who have desires and hopes. We think we respect the locals as partners, but maybe we don't truly think of them as equals. When we bring the biosand filters, not only do we give the community access to clean water, but we also create the community's hopes for a better future, desire for civilization, and cultivate their trust in us. Yet, we now feel frustrated because we find their hopes unrealistic or too big. Some may think they are greedy. We make them hopeful, but is it too much for us to deal with their dreams and hopes? When does the Western responsibility begin and end? One thing that I know for sure is, it's we who design the project. It's we who evaluate the success or failure of the project. We can determine our dinner menu even in a harsh environment like Encove.
Tomorrow for breakfast there's hash browns with onions. Ooh.
Rose, Kenneth, and people in Encove determine nothing. It costs $30,000 to bring potable water to every quarter of the village. So far, the community has contributed less than $150. They only have enough money to buy a few yards of pipes. We decide when to come, when to leave, and when to stop coming.
I hope to see people with access to good water. People with access to water that, that they can give to their kids. That won't make them sick. I think that's what's in my heart the most. And then you can go from there, and is the population going to increase because more water's available, and that's going to put more strain on all of these systems. But I think it's our part to to work with the community to really just address that basic need, and where they decide to take it from there, I think that's out of our hands. It really is.
My translator and I go out to the village. I decide to visit Rose and Kenneth's place. I am surprised to hear that their neighbors feel jealous when we visit this family.
Okay. He's trying to say that the people in the village are saying that he is the one who have arranged for people to be coming to his house, and then when you come like this, he begs for things and all the like. So people hate them because they know they are begging things from you, and they believe you are giving them things. So that's why when they are going out now, people are angry with them. Say they are already arranged for people only to be coming to his own place, going nowhere again, coming but here. So that's where another trouble is coming from.
Is it better if we don't come?
No.
No.
You have to come because nobody is fitting anyone.
To change the subject, I ask Kenneth what he wants me to tell my friends and family about Encove, something that they are proud of.
What is one or two things that you would want me to tell them about this place? Something you would want me to let them know?
Well, for me, I would like you to tell them about how poor Encove is. So they should come and meet the poor people over there and help them. That the place needs some help. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And don't forget that.
I won't forget that.
Yes, don't forget that.
I won't.
For me, I would like that when you go back, you can tell your people that the people of Encove are very happy for what you people are doing to them. Now we shall have clean water to be drinking. Any way that can make them again to support us and make another help, we shall still be very happy. Yeah.
I'm so sick of this type of conversation. It's difficult to have real conversation with people here because their perception of me is only as white and American. They have all these ideas of America that they cannot get past.
When you go to America, just cry for us. And have even you can beg something for them in order to come and help us. Anytime we like to see you people from America, praying God that may God help us in order that you people can try to lead our children tomorrow to have a better future.
You know me tell me go America. Marry me, you tell me go America.
She likes your skin. He likes my white skin. Okay. He wants to marry. So the babies are.
Being white gives you not only a privilege, but also a barrier. I try to be a member of the village, but the more I get involved, the more I realize I don't fit into this culture. Being white, blonde, and female is a huge obstacle. Perhaps I was naive to believe that we can get connected to each other beyond our differences in our language, class, race, gender, age, or nationality. But a meaningful relationship, beyond the superficial one, seems like an illusion, especially in a short trip. I thought my direct experience with Cameroon would help me understand Africa as it truly is. But understanding Africa is more than trying sugarcane. Understanding Africa is more than visiting a few places and being treated with what you don't want to eat.
Oh, thank you very much.
Such as cow intestine. Understanding Africa is more than trying braiding. Understanding Africa is more than picking up a few local words. Understanding Africa is more than playing handball with the Africans. Understanding Africa is more than playing soccer together with Africans and feeling united. Understanding Africa is about stepping outside your comfort zone and feeling uncomfortable. Understanding Africa is about understanding the social and historical context in which Africa continues to suffer. Understanding Africa is to listen to locals and identify with them. We can never truly understand what it's like to be Africans, and we cannot discuss the poverty in Africa unless we acknowledge our privilege and sincerely empathize with Africans. We should be ready to contemplate questions that make us uncomfortable.
If you go back to the state, would you like to tell your mother that Nkuf is good for you people to return and stay in Nkuf?
To come and move here?
Yeah.
Would I ask my mother that?
Yes, would you like to ask her that you want to come back here?
Would I want to ask her that? That's a good question.
Yeah.
I would want her to come back and see what Nkuf is like.
Your mother?
I would want her to come here and see what it's like.
No, I mean you.
Me?
Yes. I'm asking that when you go back to America, would you like to tell your mother that you yourself wanted to come back again here and live here? As a Cameroonian?
As a Cameroonian?
Yes, in Nkuf.
That's a hard question. That is a hard question.
Okay, but
I don't know.
Do you first like to be here?
I do like being here.
You like being here? Yes, then it's not a hard question. If you like being here, it's easy to ask your mother to give you the right to come back here.
I could do that, but I still have things I need to do in America.
Okay. Like what? School?
School. And my whole family is there.
Oh, so your problem is to miss your family.
I would miss my family and all my friends.
Then what about the Cameroonians that miss their friends and their family and go to America?
That's true. They do. I'm sure they do.
If we can miss our brothers and family and go to America, you too, you can miss your own family and your brothers and come here. Yes. But why is it hard for we Africa to go to America?
I don't know. I don't know why it's like that.
So this problem is bothering me so much.
You getting a passport has to do with the government here.
Yes.
And that's probably what's tricky for you. It's not that America can't give you a passport because you are from Cameroon, from Africa.
This is the best answer I can give. I don't know. Why is it that we can travel all over the world, but these people can't? Why is it that we easily come to Africa, but they can't come to America? Why are they poorer when they work as much or even harder than we do? Why do our children have more opportunities than children here? Is it our responsibility to think about these questions at all? I feel embarrassed and frustrated that I can't answer any of these questions. My direct encounter with Africans doesn't give me answers either. How can I say I care about Africa when I don't address these fundamental questions about global inequality? I don't want to go home and later regret not attempting to get these questions answered. But I feel greatly discouraged by the limited ways that people here see me. The easiest way to deal with these questions is to avoid the locals. Finally, I get sick in bed. I am tired and homesick. Now more than ever, I want to go home. I want a familiar hug. The community center is the American sanctuary. It has become easy for me to stay confined to the place I feel comfortable rather than venture out and experience discomfort. I'm to the point where it's easier to peel garlic or prepare for dinner than interact with the locals. I hike to the dam site to help carry sand, but manual labor isn't my thing. I'm losing my patience and perseverance.
Are we still going back?
I am not, because I'm going with Michelle to do a health survey.
I'm like, what does that mean?
But Laura is, if you want to go with Laura.
I mean, yeah.
Put the whole thing in my mouth, looked at it, and he looked at me and nodded.
I thought I came here with an open mind, but I often remain closed-minded, only trying to affirm my beliefs and assumptions. My favorite thing to do here is to hang out with the kids, because they love me instantly and don't challenge my framework.
Look.
That's just weird.
It's fun getting to know my American peers. I spend a lot of time hanging out with them, playing cards. It's comfortable being around people who are like me. It's really funny when the guys sing a song for my birthday. Honestly, I end up enjoying talking to our group members as much as I do with the locals. Our stay here in Encove often feels like spring break. You may not believe it, but there's a nightclub in Encove where they play music using a generator. White people occupy the floor and the locals watch us dance. I'm ready to go home. Most people are. 3 weeks in Africa seems to be enough for me. I rest beside Zach with eyes closed, imagining things that I want to do back home. Catching up with my family and friends, eating a lot, taking a long shower, checking my email and phone messages. But how am I going to adjust back to my culture? On the last day of work at the dam site, the the water distribution team and the locals carry more rocks to put above the finished dam so that the dam is not washed away by the heavy stream of water. Some think it is redundant, but Dr. Brown and Greg make sure the dam will last a long time. Finally, we see water coming out of the pipe. Kenneth washes his hands. Dr. Brown, Peter, Kenneth, and everyone look very happy. Water. In Encove, it is so difficult to make available something that even the poorest person in America takes for granted. In order to complete the water distribution system in Encove, the American team needs to raise funds back home to buy more PVC pipes. The locals still need to dig more than 2 miles of the trenches to lay the pipes. We're leaving Encove today. We wake up early to pack our stuff and vacate the community center. We have to hike again for 4.5 hours to Kumbo. A truck has arrived to pick up our luggage. Everyone is busy capturing our last moments in Africa. We all seem so happy to go back to our culture, our comfort zone, a place of civilization.
We just fine.
This is a happy ending for our team because we have achieved everything we planned. Everyone in Encove loves the biosand filter. We find the scientific evidence that the filters can save children's lives and significantly improve the health of the community. Our remaining concern is our shoes getting dirty when we hike back to Kumbo.
They'll get dirty, I'm sure. Never mind.
The 2 weeks in Encove will be a memorable past. We may as well take as many photos as possible because most of us will not come back to this village or Africa for the rest of our lives. Kenneth comes to help us load the luggage. There is a contrast between us and the locals. I don't find any smiling faces among the locals, not even the kids. This is not a happy ending for the locals. For 2 weeks, people in Encove experienced a taste of civilization. Yet, when we leave, those left behind must cope with the emptiness and frustration of the unfulfilled dream of civilization. What we will remember is the reality they must live with. They probably want to take photos to remember us, but no one here owns a camera. School children come to the community center and express their gratitude by singing songs. The final group photo time.
1, 2, 3. Can we do the staff next? Your staff? The teachers. The teachers.
It's strange. I've never seen the locals so unhappy and sad. I feel like our smiles take their smiles.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We say our goodbyes, but no tearful goodbyes. Dr. Brown has a hard time leaving the village. While in Vancouver, I turned 21. I didn't get malaria. Jamie and Greg got engaged. We all worked hard to get our work done. $3,000 US was spent for this village. Our group of 21 spent $47,000 US for our 3-week trip. This trip taught me that Africa is much more than the stereotypical images that we're familiar with in the West. Africans are intelligent and capable, but they do not have the resources that allow them to rise above. My trip has left me with more questions than answers. Why were we born with opportunities that Africans are not? What have they done to deserve this? What have we done to deserve this? What causes the differences, and what can we do to remedy the structural inequality instead of offering a stopgap solution? We came back to the land of opportunity, where we have everything, yet we want more, better, and newer. People here struggle with the soaring gas prices and housing market crisis, but it's a different level of struggle we are dealing with. I experienced some culture shock for a couple weeks back home, but I quickly adjusted back into my civilized, middle-class life. I am gradually forgetting the lack of resources and opportunities that most people in Africa are born with. I had a chance to meet a history professor. I learned that the material affluence we enjoy in the Western countries would not have been made possible without the exploitation of African resources and the forced labor that the slave trade provided. The Western colonization of Africa laid the foundation for the uneven national development, political crisis, and economic instability that Africa still experiences today. The West should address global inequality at a fundamental level, not because we are richer, but because our material wealth is greatly owed to Africa, and we continue to benefit politically and economically from unequal distribution of global wealth. This trip is just the beginning of my efforts to get involved in global justice.